I put my trust in you. Now I'm not afraid. I see colorful rainbows in the sky. Just like winter, then comes spring. Just like the robin, my heart mends. Hey, it's a good day. It's a good day.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Giselle Caver, and I am sitting in for my mom, Ortheia Barnes. I would like to ask the entire viewing audience to please send up a prayer for her. She had a mild heart attack this weekend. Doctors say that she's going to be doing fine, but prayer always changes things, and we're asking you to pray for the family, asking you to pray for her complete health. And until she is better, I will be sitting in for her, and those are some big shoes to fill. So I want to thank you all for viewing in. Thank you, Highland Park, and all of the areas, surrounding areas that are viewing in. If you would like to call in and send a message to her, you can call us at 313-863-0342 or 313-868-0351. Would also like to send a shout out to Thaddeus Walker, who is recovering. He's had several surgeries in the past couple of months, and he is asking that we lift him up in prayer as well. And think about all the musicians and things in this community that really need our support. A few of them have fallen on hard times, have been victims of crimes. Chuck Stone, that plays the trombone, someone robbed him in his driveway and stole all of his equipment. And saxophone is Sax Appeal, they call him Sax Appeal. Someone broke into his car and stole all of his equipment. And another young man that I worked with, DJ Boog, I don't know his real name, but just send a prayer up for him. He's a DJ. He's done a lot of things for me. He works in the community, and someone broke in his car and stole all of his equipment. And these are things that they need to survive. That's what they work with. And you can be so heartless and steal from people that are trying to make an honest living. So today I'm asking that you lift Detroit and the surrounding areas up in prayer, because we really need it. Now we're going to get on with the show. And we are in support of and celebrating the independent artists from the Metro Detroit area. On August 4th, we will have the Detroit Black Music Awards, and we will be honoring and celebrating some of the unsung heroes in this area. And I am joined today by Mr. Charles Davis, who is a fabulous, fabulous voice. Just let him breathe in the phone, and ladies, you have to fall out.
Oh. Well, I appreciate that.
Welcome to the show today.
It's good to be here, G.
So glad to have you here. You know, I feel sometimes that I am so honored and blessed to have such great friends. And Charles and his wife, Rose, are two of my favorite people. And they let you know that love looks good. Okay, love looks good on them. Now, Charles, you have been singing how long?
Wow, since I was about 4 or 5 years old when I started with my dad.
Okay.
You know,
are you a
and
native Detroiter?
No, I'm from Mississippi, from Jackson, Mississippi, actually. You know.
Okay. But you lost that Mississippi in your voice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was raised here. I had to, you know,
Okay.
you got to make those changes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound too much like I'm from, you know, from back in the woods.
But you can always go
But
back
I can
there.
go back if I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad, we had a gospel group called the Davis Boys. When it was myself, my dad, and my two brothers. Mm-hmm. And we did it for till I was about 9 or 10 years old, you know. Okay. And then me and my brothers formed our own group at that time. So, and they kind of got out of it, and I stayed with it. You know, I couldn't play an instrument, so my dad threw me out front. So
threw you out front. Did you want to be out front?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just want to be a part. Okay. You know, because I love music so much. You know, it's like a part of my soul. You know, it's you know, you're born with it, I believe. Yeah. that's where you get it, you know. And God has been good to me over the years because, you know, after the Navy, I got into me and my other brother. We started another group called the Chosen Few, and when he passed away, you know, the group broke up, and I went back in the Army, you know.
Oh, okay.
And I had a band over in Germany for about 6 years, you know, myself and my musical director today. His name is Herb Small. And
Okay.
we still kicking it. So, and from that, I formed my own thing. I joined the Contours in '84. You know,
The
and I'm
legendary
the
Contours.
original Contours, and I'm still with them today. I've been with them for it'll be 30 years this year.
30 years.
30 years, yeah.
Longer than I'm old.
Yeah, we all say that.
So, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time. And you also do a solo thing?
Yeah, I do. I actually do a tribute to Lou Rawls. I do Barry White, Temptations. You know, anything that it calls for. You know, because I've been around all these guys so long. You know, it's like the Temps and the Tops and all of them are like part of my family. So
Yeah, and you know, and that's another thing that I find that's amazing, is you have walked the walk of the superstar, but you don't live or act like that.
no, I mean, you know, because this is I look at it as being God's doing. You know, because God gives you things you do, but you got to stay humble with it. You know, because it's about remembering where you come from. Because like a lot of the groups like that I love in this city called, you know, Phase 5, In Flight, all of these guys, if they need me to fill in, I'll go. You know.
I've always said that Detroit groups are like a pickup basketball game, that you may show up to see the group and there may be different members, but everybody knows the steps and they got the uniform. So
Right.
how do you work that?
Well, you know, if I got to get a uniform, I get one. You know,
Okay.
and we work it out to where, because I got my wardrobe as far as stage is pretty big.
I
So
don't,
if I got
bet
some-
Rose doesn't even have closet space.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Now she moved me out the bedroom. I had to build one in the basement for me.
Okay,
You know, so,
okay.
but you know, it's like if I got something in the closet that resembles, or I got something, then I'll wear that.
Okay.
You know, I work Motor City with Phase 5, Sirius, In Flight. I've recorded a few of those groups in my studio. So
Oh, you have a home studio?
yeah, we had one
Okay.
called WD Sound and Soul. That's where I record my stuff at.
Okay.
You know, we the Contours rehearsed there. Shades of Blue, Sirius is rehearsed there. The Dramatics, you know. A lot
So
of
you have rehearsal facility as well.
right.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so you have been nominated as Best R&B Male Vocal.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Why surprise?
Oh, because you're around all the time, and you never know how your peers really feel about you. You know, sometimes they
But
they
I
hug,
have
love
to
each other.
interrupt you for a moment. It
Okay.
was not your peers that nominated you. It was your daughter.
My daughter,
Yes, Celeste nominated you.
I love that girl.
You didn't
Okay.
know that?
No,
Your daughter had went on the site and she wrote a nice little blurb about her dad, about why you should be nominated.
that's my baby. I'm telling you. But that's really, I guess they didn't want me to know. I
well-
thought I was nominated by my peers.
Your baby. She did
Wow.
that. She did it.
Well,
And
couldn't
she
it-
asked me, was it okay to do it? And I'm like, that's fine.
Hey,
So,
that's
and she wrote some really nice things about you.
Because I love her to death. I mean, she's my heart.
I'm
And
s-
she's a good friend of yours too.
Yes, she
You know what I'm
is.
saying? Yeah.
Yes. She and I share a couple of things. When she's not feeling well, she'll call me, or if I'm not feeling well, I'll send her a message and say, call me, because we both have sarcoidosis, and I know you all have heard me talk about that a lot, but we're in this sisterhood, and you have to find relief and find support where you can.
Where you can,
And
that's true.
yes, she and I have gotten to be really close. So that's what we do. But let's talk about your nomination. Now, I'm sure it makes it feel even better knowing that your daughter
Oh, yeah.
nominated you, and she's where, in Korea?
She's in Korea right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
she's
But you are definitely respected um, around here, because I've heard other people say that you are very easy to talk to
Oh, yeah.
and to give advice.
Right.
So, now that you've been nominated as Best R&B Vocal, what advice do you have for someone in the listening audience that may want to enter this business?
Well, all I gotta say first, the first thing you gotta put God first. God is always first. And then if you really, really want to make it, you gotta make it a part of you. You can't just say I want to be a singer and just start singing. You got to go to school. You got to actually learn your craft and learn everything about the business on top of that.
Yes.
You know, and that way you can, you know, you'll go a long way if you know what you're doing. It's just like a carpenter. If you go out and how can he build a house and he don't know how to build it? You know, you got to start from the basics. And if you think you can sing, get better at it, because you know it takes time to get there.
So what kinds of things do you do? Do you do morning vocal or exercises, or what do you do?
Yeah, I do, and it drives my wife crazy. I do every morning. I get in the shower and do these crazy things. I can't do it on the air because it might make me appear like I am crazy.
Okay.
But it works. But it works for me. But you know,
Okay.
there is a website that I send everybody to if you're a singer and you're really serious about your vocals. It's a place on the internet. This guy named Seth Riggs, who's actually one of the greatest vocalists in the world as far as a teacher. And he's taught Michael Jackson, Beyonce, all of that's how they get their long wind and the whole nine. You'd be able to stand up and do a whole show without no effort, you know. And if they go to SethRiggs.com and click on, they get some lessons. They absolutely free.
So you hear that,
I did.
SethRiggs.com,
Yeah.
to learn how to exercise your
Exercise your
instrument.
vocals, right.
Yeah. So if you have a question for Charles, please call us at 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, or 313-868-4336. And we want to thank everyone for viewing us on www.tv33, or you can tune in also at whpr.com. We're covering Detroit and Highland Park and the surrounding areas. Now we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to hear some music from Mr. Charles Davis, nominated for Best R&B Vocals, Detroit Black Music Awards.
It's a good day. Yeah. It's a good day. Yeah. It's a good day. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone away. Gone is that thick black cloud that used to mess up my day. No more sitting around having pity party all day. Just like 2 + 2 = 4. I am here to stay. It's so good to me. It's a good day. It's a good day. Now I can dream a dream that never ever fades. You touch my heart. I put my trust in you. Now I'm not afraid. You touch my heart. I see colorful rainbows in the sky. You touch my heart. Just like winter, then comes spring. Just like the robin, my heart lives. It's a good day. It's a good day. You touch. You touch. You touch. You touch my heart. You touch. You touch.
Okay, we are back, And we're ready to hear some wonderful singing from Mr. Charles Davis.
Yeah. You know I do.
Is that the right one? Lady Love. Turn it up a little.
Lady love, your love is peaceful like a summer's breeze. My lady love, with love as tender as a baby's touch. See, you give me all of the things that I need so much. You're my world, lady love. Ooh, lady love, with love as cooling as a winter snow. My lady love, with love as cozy as a fire's glow. See, I keep on needing you, girl, a little more and more. And I thank you, my lady love. Well, you know that it's not easy to keep love growing smooth. See, people are people, and they all have their moods. But it's so nice just to have someone like you who want the smooth and the easy things and all the good times that it brings, my lady love. You've been with me through all of my ups and downs. My lady love. See, I once was lost, but now with you I'm found. You got the love I need, and I wanna stay around. Heaven sent you down, my lady love. I say, well, you know that it's not easy to keep love growing smooth. But people are people, and they all have their moods. But it's so nice just to have someone like you who want the smooth and the easy things and all the joy and love that it brings, my lady love. You've been with me through all of my ups and downs and my crazy turnarounds, my lady love. I once was lost, now with you I'm found. See, you got the love I need, and I wanna stay around. Heaven sent you down, my lady love. Lady, 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 lady. Hey, you like a warm summer breeze, my lady love. Lady, 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 lady. Hey, you got the love I need so much, my lady love. Lady, lady, lady.
Wow, that was fabulous. Oh my goodness. You know, Lou Rawls is one of my all-time favorite singers. And I have everything that he ever put on a record.
Wow.
Even back to 8 tracks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have. Yep, I've got a working 8-track player. I sure
Wow.
do. I've loved his voice.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting him.
We have a phone call. Hold on just a second. Hello, you're on air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, who am I speaking with?
I have a question for Charles Davis.
And your question is? First of all, who are we speaking with? You need to turn your television down so that you won't get the feedback.
You're speaking with Priscilla.
With Priscilla? Turn your TV down, Priscilla. Okay, how you doing, girl? Is this Priscilla Price?
Is that my sister?
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
So you see, you still
I'm
got your eye on
wonderful.
me, huh? Priscilla?
Can you hear us?
Very little.
Okay.
My TV is way down.
Okay. All right.
Question for Charles Davis is, where are you performing and how can I get tickets?
What she
She said, where are you performing
Oh.
and how can she get tickets?
Well, I'm actually going to be with the Shades of Blue in Macomb County next Saturday, and I'll get that information to you.
And
And
Priscilla,
I'll be on the Princess on the 28th.
Okay.
As a matter of fact.
and
singing
he will
with,
also
Gino
be
White.
at the Detroit Black Music Awards, where you have also been nominated.
That's right.
Oh, I have.
You haven't heard that you've been nominated, Priscilla?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you've been nominated for best, what is it, blues
said
singer?
blues, that's
yeah,
right.
blues singer. You didn't know
The
that?
best diva in the city.
No, I didn't.
Yes, ma'am. You were nominated, and I've already voted for you, so you better get your dress ready for the red carpet.
That's right.
I got a beautiful hoochie dress.
See? See?
That's what, so you knew it was going to happen, didn't you?
All right, Priscilla, thank you for calling in,
We
but
love
we have
you.
other calls
Thank
coming
you,
in,
and I
okay?
love both of you.
All right, love you too, sister. Bye-bye. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Charles Davis.
Hi, this is Billy Wilson from the Motown Alumni Association.
Hey, Billy Wilson, how are you?
God is great as usual.
Mm-hmm. How you doing?
How you feeling, man?
I'm doing really, really well. I'm just calling to tell Giselle how I'm proud of you with your television show. This is the first time I had turned on it.
Okay. Well, this is Ortheia's show. Unfortunately, Ortheia Barnes had a mild heart attack this weekend, so
Oh,
I
that's
am
sad.
sitting in on
But
her show.
I do have a question for Charles.
Yes. Go ahead with your
And
question.
my question is, how does the rest of the Contours feel about him jumping from the
Okay.
different groups that he is a part of also?
Okay. His question is, how do the Contours feel about you singing with other groups as well as being with them?
Oh, well, they don't have a problem with it, because a brother got to eat. You do what you have to do to survive, man. So I've been blessed to be able to, Billy, we've been knowing each other for 50 years, man. So,
Yeah.
so you get out, you have to get out and do what you have to do to survive, because the well runs dry on one side. That don't mean there's no water on the other side of the hill. So you gotta
Alrighty.
keep moving,
That's correct. Okay.
and then plus, you gotta, bills don't stop.
No, they
You gotta
don't.
do your thing. So,
No.
but they don't have a problem with that, man. Not at all. Not, we don't have no problem with that. As long as it don't
Let me
coincide
ask
with
another
the
question.
gigs,
Are the other members, are they doing separate projects too?
Yes. His question was, are the other members doing separate projects or do they branch out?
Oh yeah, Al Chisholm, he does gospel. He's the choir director for the Motown Gospel Choir, and Gary Greer, he does Marvin Gaye. He
Right.
actually does
And
a
I
Marvin Gaye
also
tribute,
saw
yeah.
Gary Greer singing with Sirius.
Right, and so
Yes.
along with me, as a matter of
Yes,
fact. Yeah.
yes.
So we all, when we got time to help out or step back and do some things, we're all in it. We in the studio. We write songs together. We do a lot of stuff, man. We produced those songs for Herb Strather not too long ago. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was a part of the project.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Billy, for calling in. And I want to say that a lot of the things that I have done and a lot of the places I have gone have been because of my association with you. And I will always be grateful and thankful that you have taken me under your wing and you have helped me to fly. So I thank you very much, Billy.
Well, I got plenty more projects, but I appreciate it.
I'm ready to work.
Hey, we love you, man.
Thank you,
And
Billy.
I work for Charles too.
Okay. He's got some work for you, too.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, he sound like Uncle Sam. He
Yeah,
gonna
I
give
keep
us
trying
all
to
a
tell you.
job.
I want you.
All right, thank you, Billy, for calling in. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
with us today. I have so enjoyed this. It's not often that we get a chance to sit down and
Right,
talk.
right,
We
right.
see each other all the time, and I don't know, you and your wife, like I said, two people that I really admire, and I thank you for your friendship.
But you our family. I
Hey.
mean, we always gonna be there.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And to my daughter and to my beautiful wife Rose, my family has always been my support system. I'm talking about it's like Dad could do no wrong, because I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay, well, you haven't. Okay, now you're gonna. I haven't done anything wrong. Okay, I got you. I got you. But you know what? I'm sitting here and I'm looking at your skin, and our makeup artist Rochelle, she did a good job.
Oh,
She
thank you.
did a good job. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna put a bag over my head. I ain't gonna get none on the pillow. I promise. Because she told me what I need to do.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Rochelle, for doing
Thank you,
such a
sweetie.
great job. And we're going to do a commercial for her a little later. But we're going to take a break and come back with our next guest, Miss Deanna Whedon, who has also been nominated during the Detroit Black Music Awards. And we will be back in just a moment.
All right.
Hold on
Well,
just a
thank you,
second.
sister.
Hold on. Now you can go.
It's a good day. Yeah. 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 It's a good day.
And we are back with Miss Deanna Whedon, who has been nominated for Best Jazz Artist. Is that your category?
Yes, jazz singer.
Jazz singer. Okay,
Yes.
slide up a little bit so you
Sure.
can be right into the mic. Well, you and I have known each other or been in each other's company, but I don't think we've ever sat down and talked. What is your background in the music?
I basically have always felt as though I was born to sing.
Okay.
So I know I started singing at a very early age. A couple of my first performances may have been with the Little Miss Detroit, Little Miss Michigan pageants.
Oh,
And
really?
yes, those were years ago, many moons
Not
ago.
like, what is it, tiaras and what is it?
No,
Okay,
no.
not that extreme.
Real talent.
Okay.
That's what they focused on. And I think one of the first songs that I sang on stage was Theme from Mahogany, Do You Know Where You're Going To?
Really?
And after singing that, I know I received a standing ovation, and I said, wow, I got to get back to the stage again and again. So
Okay, so you've been singing here in Detroit. Are you from Detroit?
I am born and raised in Detroit.
Okay.
One of the best experiences of my life was leaving Detroit and going to Clark Atlanta University, where I attended and earned my bachelor's degree in early childhood education. But while I was there, I joined the Clark Atlanta University Jazz Orchestra, and we traveled to Europe and did several outstanding performances with individuals such as Lionel Hampton,
Wow.
Quincy Jones, and those are all memories that I really hold dear to my heart.
Okay, so you perform here in the city?
Yes. I have my own group, which is the Deanna Whedon Quartet, and I also have been with Ben's Friends Jazz Orchestra, led under the direction of Benjamin Pruitt, for 14 years now, about 14 years.
Okay. Now, I had a friend in town, and I told him that we were going to go to a jam session, and he thought it was going to be like an R&B jam session. And when I took him to this place where Ben was performing and you guys jammed, he was just so impressed that it was a jam session of classical jazz. Yes. And it was like, wow, you guys do this in Detroit all the time? All the time.
All the time. There's a great jazz scene here for what I call vintage jazz, traditional jazz, the classic jazz. And I'm very glad to be a part of it. It's very important that, in order for other music forms to take place and mold themselves here, that there's a base of, the older style of music so that, the younger artists coming up can see exactly, where this music is coming from and what the traditions are surrounding the traditional jazz.
So are you teaching in the public schools?
Well, at this time, I am Director of Jazz Vocal Education with Music Hall Center for the Performing Arts. And
Wow, that's prestigious.
well, it's a very, very good thing. Several years ago, I developed a jazz vocal curriculum for young vocalists, and I go out and basically teach high school students, high school vocalists, how to sing jazz. They may be familiar with gospel or classical music, such as opera, maybe R&B, but my program allows the students to experience blues history, jazz history, how to take care of your voice, beginning music theory for vocalists, such as some sight reading, and it basically gives them a good base as far as something they can add to their repertoire amongst all their other genres that they already know. And it gives me a chance as an educator to combine my love of teaching and my love of children with my love of jazz. So it's kind of like a dream job.
That's really powerful. So what's the difference in teaching vocal instructions for R&B and for jazz? What's the difference?
Well, first, when I begin a unit, I just finished up a Let's Sing course at Wayne County Community College last week, and whenever I start a unit with students and getting them to learn the difference, we do a lot of listening. But first, we view the artists. I may show artists such as Jill Scott, Beyonce, Ella Fitzgerald, some artists from maybe some other genres, pop, maybe a Rihanna, and we have a listening session and we listen to the different artists and we just discuss their styles and notice different elements of their singing, and we break them down into categories and separate them from each other based on, their individual style that they perform.
So, wow, I can see the Ella Fitzgeralds and things, but Beyonce and Rihanna, you would.
Well, it's done as a method of showing them different genres.
Okay.
A lot of the students that I work with, they don't really even know the term genre and how to separate artists into different categories. I know that sometimes they will watch the Grammys and they'll watch the BET Awards or things like that, and they'll see the different styles such as neo soul or R&B and things like that. But basically, what I do is introduce them to styles that they have, they're not aware of, and it's really good for.
Do you play an instrument?
I'm learning piano.
You're learning.
Yes.
Years ago, I took a class at Wayne County Community College on the music business, and I kept looking at the name of the person that was the instructor, and it said Clarence Roan, and I kept saying, that name rings a bell, and I kept looking at it, Clarence Roan, and that's Foodie from another network as a DJ.
Okay.
So he taught a class over there, and the class turned out basically to be a conversation between he and I, because a lot of the young people in there could not separate the music. They would hear, Foodie would play something, and they would say, oh yeah, that's a Snoop Dogg joint. No, it isn't. Because he took from Lionel Hampton, and he took from Count Basie and some of the classics and put that into his music. And so I commend you for doing that, because you're right, the education process is what has failed us in the schools. That the young people don't get that, and that the educators, the people in charge of education, you have to look at, in order to be a musician, you have to count. You have to be able to understand the rhythms and all of that. So that teaches reading, writing, and arithmetic. And so that's the first thing that they pull out of the school. So do you have a program that they have in Detroit Public Schools at all?
Well, my program, I basically seek out different schools where I think my program would be beneficial or helpful to students in that community. One of my schools that I've been at for about 5 years now is Detroit School of Arts. So I work directly with Miss Malabed and Miss Valentine, the vocal instructors over there, and also Martin Luther King High School, Henry Ford Academy, just different schools in particular, such as University High in Ferndale, where they don't have music at all.
Oh, really?
So schools like Henry Ford Academy or University High, they were very accepting of the program and excited about the program. And the students were excited because otherwise they probably wouldn't do any singing during the school day or, after school at all.
So what kind of program does King High School have? Or do they have, you said you go there for a program?
Well, I was going over to King High School this past school year, and I was going during the day. Students over there, they have breaks in the day. But basically, they have a full music program over there. And I basically go in as a guest teacher and work kind of in concert with their vocal teacher. But I pull the students out. There's an audition process, too, for the program. So students have to audition and be accepted into the jazz vocal education program through Music Hall. And I work with those students during the day. Usually it's about 8 weeks. Sometimes it lasts a little bit longer based on school schedules and things.
Well, I knew King had a program because I used to sing in one of the choirs at King. I'm a King High School alumni, 1970. Right after it became King, I guess, I started there when they switched it from Old Eastern High School. So that tells you I was there a long time ago, because I think it was 1969 when they switched it from from Eastern to King. And I started going there after that, like one of the second classes, groups of students that got there. And the school, great school, and I've always known they had a music project program, but you never hear about that.
Right. They have Ernestine Gold Livingston is the vocal instructor over there. And those students, they're outstanding. They're phenomenal.
And then their marching bands got a chance to go to the inauguration, I think, for the second inauguration for President Obama. Okay, well, let's talk a little more about your music. You have been nominated for Best Female Jazz Vocalist for the Detroit Black Music Awards.
Yes.
And you can get tickets at Burt's Place, which is at 2739 Russell Street in the heart of the historic Eastern Market. And tickets are $40 for VIP and $25 for general admission. And if you're coming, you need to step up your game, because we walk in the red carpet. So, if you're going to wear your jeans, at least make it be the ones with the crease in them, okay? Because everybody's going to be beautiful on the red carpet.
I've heard about it for so many years, and I've known some
yes.
Friends of mine were musicians, and they've won in the past, and I voted for them in the past, but it was such an honor to be nominated this year for a Detroit Black Music Award. So I'm really excited and honored to have been chosen.
Like I was telling our earlier guest, Charles Davis, people actually pay attention to who's nominated and how they get nominated. And I think you were nominated by a fellow musician?
Yes, Brandon Williams.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
he's a world-class musician that's based locally here in Detroit. I've known Brandon for several years and worked with him several times. So he's an all-around great guy. He's a drummer. I can't even begin to name all the instruments he plays.
I think last year, Brandon won for Entertainer of the Year, I think, because he does a lot of great things. And the Detroit Black Music Awards has been the catalyst to introduce the community to a lot of people that you say, well, I've seen her, but I didn't know what she did, or I've heard him, and wow, that's great. So how did it make you feel to get nominated?
Well, actually, I just opened up my Facebook page one day, and I saw he had posted, I nominate Deanna Whedon for Jazz Singer of the Year. I said, oh, that's so sweet of him to think that, I'm such a great singer that, I should be nominated for something. I didn't know that post was the actual nomination. I didn't know that.
Yes.
So when I found out, I was just really overwhelmed. It felt, I don't know, maybe some tears or something formed in my eyes, just to think that we work together all the time, the local musicians, but to know that I'm actually placed in such a high regard to be nominated for such a prestigious award, it was just breathtaking. So
that's
and I thanked him for that too.
But when you're out singing and you're doing such a great job with the people that you perform with, I'm sure you get a great reception from the audience, because I know I've been where you've been performing, and people really pay attention and listen. because you were able to do some things vocally, and I guess it's from your training that a lot of times you don't see artists doing, because your control and pitch are always on point. And I think what is really needed is not just classes for the kids. Some of the seasoned, and I say seasoned with the bunny ears with it, some of the seasoned performers sometimes should go back for a refresher course on technique. Because as we get older, holding those notes and staying on key sometimes is very difficult. So although you're teaching children, maybe you should consider doing a class for some seasoned vocals.
Well, actually, there may very well be an opportunity for that. This fall, I am scheduled to teach a course at Wayne County Community College District Eastern Campus, and that class is entitled All That Jazz. And during that course, it's going to be primarily a vocal jazz history course. Whenever you think of jazz history, we're learning about, Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, we're learning about, the greats from yesteryears as far as instrumentalists and musicians. But there isn't really a component for jazz vocal history. So it's basically going to feature vocalists from the past and the present who have made outstanding contributions to jazz singing. And during that course, we're going to get into some things such as the different styles of jazz singing, different techniques, breathing, maybe some techniques like scatting and phrasing. So look for that class at Wayne County Community College District, Eastern Campus. It's slated to start September 5th.
Oh, see, that's a good thing. See, she'll be teaching. If you can take a class, that would be excellent. That would be excellent.
It's going to be fun, too.
I'm sure. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Deanna is going to sing for us. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. And if you have a question, call us at 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, or 868-4336. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
I put my trust in you. Now I'm not afraid. You touch my heart. I see colorful rainbows in the sky. You touch my heart. Just like winter, then comes spring. Just like the robin, my heart lives. It's a good day.
Okay, we are back, and wow, that was great information about being your program, because I'm sure there are a lot of people in our listening audience that may consider enrolling just to take your class. Yeah,
I hope so. It's going to be fun. It's going to be maybe more catered to adults, but there are going to be some elements in there, to make you feel comfortable and part of the class, and
Okay, so are you ready to sing for us?
Oh, why, sure.
Okay, Sean, if you can cue the music, she is going to bless us
Sing a
with
little
her
ballad for
beautiful
you.
voice.
Why do I just wither and forget all resistance when you and your magic pass by?
My heart's in a dither, dear, when you're at a distance. But when you appear, oh my, it's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh, darling, no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh, darling, no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close, so very close to me, all my wildest dreams, they come true. And darling, it's all because of you. I don't need soft lights to enchant me. Not if you simply grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and to feel in the night with the nearness of you, the nearness of you.
Wow, that was chill bumps. Fabulous.
gee.
Oh my gosh, the different nuances and textures and tenures in your voice. My goodness. Now, do you see why she was nominated as Best Jazz Artist for 2003 for the Detroit Black Music Awards? And if you would like to vote for her, you can go on Facebook to Detroit Black Music Awards, DBMA, and you can find a ballot. And it's there, probably partway down the page, and do vote, because this voice needs to be honored. And Charles Davis for Best R&B Vocals, and there's so many other wonderful, deserving people that are listed, because there are several categories. I think it's Best Drummer, Entertainer of the Year. Last week we had Marvin Ruffin, who was nominated for Entertainer of the Year, and he is David Ruffin's first cousin. And I think there, I think it's, let's see, drums, there's Best Guitar Player, R&B, the gospel group. Oh, and this year, I don't know if they're going to open the show, but Dr. LaQuint Weaver and the Hallelujah Chorus is going to be on the show, because they were, Dr. LaQuint Weaver was the winner last year in the gospel category. And these people are going to bring some church up in Berts.
Wow.
They are so fabulous.
That's
and
so
I'm
exciting.
so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about all the people that have been nominated and the process that it's taken. And this is the 5th annual Detroit Black Music Awards, and it is presented in association with the Motown Alumni Association, of which Billy Wilson is the president and founder of. So they're doing some great things here in Detroit, and I am so going to send up a few good words that you are the winner in that category.
Thank you so much.
Because your voice is so fabulous, and is there some place we can come to hear you sing? Are you appearing anywhere soon?
Yes, I actually will be appearing at Baker's Keyboard Lounge. That's on Livernois, near 8 Mile in Detroit, this coming Sunday, July 28th.
Yes.
And that's going to be from 8 to 12. $5 cover charge. That's it,
$5
to be able to
cover
hear
charge?
18-piece jazz orchestra.
Oh, that's with Ben's Friends?
This performance is with Ben's Friends.
Okay.
And we're looking forward to another wonderful night of jazz. So we
Right,
would
so,
appreciate it if you could come out and join us.
and if someone wants to get vocal lessons from you, do you do private lessons?
I do.
How can they contact you?
Well, at this time, I'll give my email address. It's DEANNA, V as in Victoria, WEEDEN @gmail.com.
Okay. Okay, so that's Deanna V. Whedon
Yes.
at gmail.com. Would you spell it again for them?
Sure. DEANNA, VWEEDEN @gmail.com.
Yes, and please go and vote on the Detroit Black Music Awards page. It's Detroit Black Music Awards, DBMA, and it is on Facebook. Or you can go to my page, Giselle Caver, and you will be able to find a ballot on my page as well.
Also
Thank
my
you.
page.
Yes, on
my
Deanna
Facebook
Whedon's page as well.
Deanna Whedon, spelled, DEANNA, Whedon on Facebook. And friend me, and the links are on my page as well. So thank you so much, Giselle, for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Highland Park in Detroit and everywhere else.
Yes, so
tuning
remember
in.
to keep Ortheia Barnes. Please keep her uplifted in prayer that she will come back to the station, that she will be healthy and well in mind, body, and spirit. Mom, I love you, and I will see you shortly because I'm coming to the hospital. Thank you so much for my guests today, Charles Davis and Deanna Whedon, and we will be back next week. And as always, make sure you go out and have a very musical day.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It's a good day. You touch, you touch, you touch.